So I stopped reading The Resort by Sarah Oakes. Oakes. I'm sorry. But I've started reading Jar of Hearts by Jennifer Hillary. Looks like this. I'm not that far in it. It's good so far though. It's keeping me interested. However, I've been really tired this month and I've been slacking on reading. I've been slacking on everything, to be honest with you. And I have not been cleaning, I have not been working, I have not been reading, I have not been watching YouTube, I've not been doing any of my normal stuff I normally do. I haven't even been playing many video games except for the ones I play upstairs with my roommates. So it's kind of like, I don't know why I'm falling so behind. But I'm trying. I'm going to try to at least finish this book before the end of the month. It's the 20th now. I'm going to try to finish this book at least. Although I won't really do a wrap up for one book, but I want to read at least one book. And then I'm going to put the rest of the books back into the TBR cart and then reshuffle the numbers and do a video on that one. So when that comes to. That's the plan. If not, this is also going to go back into the cart as well. And I'm going to reshuffle for that too. But that's the plan. I just want to update you guys on that. Telling you that I am reading Jar of Hearts and I stopped reading The Resort. I'm not finished with The Resort. I'm about halfway through it. And it's good. But not good enough to keep me out of the slump that I'm in right now. So I'm reading another book on my TBR to be read section, 5 books that I have. Anyway, I'm going to go back to get into work because I've been slacking a lot lately. This is going to be a very short reading vlog because I didn't get any further than this from the last time I talked to you. And it's the 24th of September. I have to film my next TBR for October. Yes, sorry, my brain just turned off for a second there. On the 28th. And then I have to edit that video and put it up on the 1st. Not the 1st, the 30th. 31st? The 30th. Yes. So there's gonna be a wrap up this coming month. Because I didn't finish a single book this entire freaking month. None. None whatsoever. Didn't finish anything. I quit caffeine for a good majority of the month. Trying to think I could just go without it, and I was sleeping for majority of the time. If you guys do not know, I am schizoaffective, depressed type with borderline personality disorder, and I do have medications I take. The medications I take for my antipsychotics do knock me out, make me super tired. So I thought that maybe if I got off of caffeine I should be fine. However, I learned that it just knocks me out the entire day. So I have not been reading. I have been in a big slump throughout this entire month. I just have not been able to get into anything. I'm just starting to feel now like I'm climbing out of whatever rut I was in. And it's not good because I didn't get anything done this entire month. I feel useless this entire month. I was really hoping to stay on track and read more. I didn't finish anything. So hopefully, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all these books that I did not finish back into the TBR cart and reshuffle it all up and pull out 5 more books. Yes, I'm going to stick with 5 as a just in case scenario that if I do read through all the books, I have all 5 to read through. If I read more than that, I'll add it into the vlog. If I don't, then it's just going to be a small wrap up. That's all I can do. But no wrap ups for this month. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I thought I was going to get some reading done. Like, I did great last month. Like, August was superb. And this month I was just like, no, you're not going to get anything done. I do have to do a video on a haul. So I'll do that Saturday also. Hopefully on Saturday I'm not as dead tired as I have been lately. With me drinking caffeine again, hopefully I can, you know, stay awake to do all that. I'm perfectly fine now. I probably could read now, but I'm not going to make it through this book in time by Saturday. Because it's already Tuesday. And There's no finishing these books by Saturday. I mean, I probably could if I really sit down and read like throughout the entire days. But I'm a slow reader if you don't know me. And I get distracted very easily, and I have a lot of things to do during the day, so I have to read at night, which only gives me about an hour to read. But yeah, so no wrap up. I just wanted to update you guys that there's no wrap up. Probably gonna be a small last vlog of this month, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll do better next month. I better do better next month. It's October, for freak's sake. I have a lot of books to read for October. A lot of horror, thrillers, paranormal, supernatural books to read. So hopefully I can get more than 5 done. But I'm gonna pull out 5. So yes. Hey guys, I just got done filming 2 videos for you guys. One's a book haul, and one is my October TBR. So by the time that this video up, you guys will already see that video, because it should be up on the end of the month of September, so the 30th of September, since it's gonna be Monday. And one of my books I'm reading is Cry Wolf by Patricia Briggs. I already read a good chunk of it. It's an easy to read book, and I think I have number 2 put away. I think I have number 2 put away because I purchased it at the same time, I believe, at Goodwill. Yeah, I got this book from Goodwill, brand spanking new, barely even been opened, and this is what I'm reading, and it's a good book so far that I remember. I stopped reading it maybe a little while ago, but I remember enough to continue it, so it's not gonna be a problem to continue. I'm just hoping that I actually read books this month, because as you've seen in my September reading vlogs, I ran into a huge slump throughout the entire month, and I just could not, for the life of me, finish a book, no matter what I tried. No matter what I tried. I tried. In the beginning of the month, I was doing it I would read at 7 o'clock every single night, but I just wasn't getting far. Like, my brain was reading it in very, very slow, like in slow motion for some reason. And then I stopped trying, because I just was in a slump. I was just not in a headspace to read. So hopefully my October reads will get through. I had picked 5 books, as you can tell from the video I had put up, if you watched it. And most of them are werewolf books. I think 2 of them are werewolf books, one's a zombie book, and 2 are thrillers. So not that bad of a pick of a haul this time. None of them were the new books that I picked out that I bought recently, and I'm like a little upset spaghetti about that, because I wanted to read some of those new books. But you gotta go with the flow when it comes to picking out your TBRs the way you do. And this is one of them, a werewolf book, and I'm excited to continue reading it. So hopefully, since today is Saturday, it is the 28th of September, my husband will be going to play D&D at his friend's house, so hopefully tonight I'll have some reading time. What's been stopping me from reading also, other than being in a huge slump, is I've been super tired lately. I've stopped drinking caffeine as much as I used to, just to see how I would react, because caffeine for the longest time wasn't doing anything for me. And so I stopped drinking it and hoped that it would like reset itself in me, and it kind of did. Like, I started waking up after drinking caffeine, but who knows? I just wanted to stop drinking so much of it, because I was drinking a lot of it, like a lot. I am currently reading the first book that I picked for my TBR for October. It's called Cry Wolf by Patricia Briggs. Looks like this. I stopped reading it originally because I was getting to a boring scene, and I was just struggling to get through it, and I'm still struggling to get through it. I didn't read a lot from where that scene was, but I read enough that I was like, why is it still going? So I'm debating whether or not I'm going to DNF this book. I'm trying hard not to DNF books, because I feel like every book has potential. But it depends on my interests, I guess, also. I love werewolf books. I have yet to find a werewolf book that has entertained me enough to continue reading, which is strange. I am about in the middle of the book right here. Don't know if you can see it very well. But I'm just not loving it. I want to finish reading it. Like, I'm thinking about just skipping ahead a little bit and seeing if it will catch my interest eventually. But so far, it's not keeping me entertained. It's not. And it sucks because I have the second book in the bedroom waiting to be read too. And I'm like, okay, so I bought these at the same time, with the potential of not wanting to read it. My second book that's on my list is Moon Dance by S.P. Sumpto. It's a historical romance, a Dickensian chronicle of the American West and brutally, sorry. A brutally violent werewolf epic. Moon Dance is simply one of the finest fantasy novels of the year by Ed Bryant by Focus. I am not in the west part of it. I'm in the beginning, and it's a completely different scenario in the beginning. I don't know when we get to the west part, like the western part. But I'm waiting for it. This is a big book, as you can see, and I'm a huge werewolf fan. I love werewolves. I love zombies. Mermaids are cool. Vampires are eh. Fairies are okay. I don't know about reading about them because I hear things. But this is the next one. I was thinking about switching the books up a little bit instead of reading them about which ones I picked first, which I normally do. But reading a different one before this one, because this is gonna be a hefty book, so I'm thinking about reading this one last. I'm thinking about reading Will Never Be Apart first, which is the last one I picked, and it's a thriller. I'm reading that one first, because I just feel like that one's gonna be more entertaining than all these books. I think one of the reasons why I'm in a slump for these books is because I'm working on my dark fantasy novel right now, so I want to read dark fantasy or fantasy related books, and September, October, and November are all horror, thriller, paranormal, supernatural, that sort of lineup of books. And I just realized that a couple of days ago. I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do? How do I... Because I can usually switch out of what I want to read or write pretty easily, but I'm stuck in my dark fantasy book right now. Meaning that all I want to do is read Game of Thrones or something. And that's what I've been doing, is I've been reading Game of Thrones. And I'm not very far in it, but I'm like hard-headedly reading it, meaning, that's probably the wrong term for it. Meaning I'm really focused on reading the book and seeing what they're saying in the book so I can get some ideas for my dark fantasy book. Now, I'm not taking ideas from the book. I'm just trying to get some ideas, like, for that fantasy world. Like, for example, what I used to, when I used to write fantasy novels, I used to call the part of the sword that you would put into what you would sheath the sword into was a sheath. That's not correct. It's just a scabbard. Is that how you pronounce it? And I did not know that until I started reading Game of Thrones. Actually, it was a little bit before I started reading Game of Thrones. I looked it up. I was like, wait a minute, what if I'm wrong about this? And then I looked it up, and then I read it last night. I was like, in Game of Thrones, I was like, so I was wrong the entire time. And I write fanfics also, and one of my fanfics is an Inuyasha fanfic, and I use sheath often. So it's kind of like, man, I've been screwing that up this entire time. That's just gonna have to stay in it because I've edited it so many times now. And I just now realized I messed that up. And so, I'll have to fucking, you know, sorry for the cursing, just deal with it. But my dark fantasy is really hard on for right now, and it's not getting any lighter. And I'm trying to switch to werewolf or zombie books because I got 2 werewolf books I'm supposed to read, a zombie book, and 2 thrillers. So it's kind of like one of the 2 has to catch on fire because I need to read these books. I'm tired of just not reading books. And I'm tired of just DNFing books because I'm just not in the mood for them. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the Cry Wolf one, I don't think it's because I'm not in the mood for it. I just think I got bored. And I get bored severely easy. It's sad. It's sickeningly sad how easy I get bored. I'm an Aries, if you believe in horoscopes. I don't know if I do, but I do sound like an Aries on occasions. It kind of matches up sometimes. So yeah, that's the reason why I might DNF that book, and I might switch from the lineup that I normally do to just going between the books that I picked out. Right? Alright.